Once upon a time lived a wise and hardworking farmer. His fields were his pride and joy, and he tended to them with immense love and care. In the dense forest bordering his farm lived a cunning and mischievous fox. From the edge of the wood, the fox would often watch the farmer, his eyes gleaming with a mixture of envy and greed. He saw the ripe crops and the farmer's prosperous life, and decided he would find a way to get a share for himself. One day, as the farmer was resting under a banyan tree, the fox approached him with a sly grin. "Good day to you, farmer," he said, his voice as smooth as silk. "You are a very hard-working man, and your fields are truly a sight to behold. But working alone is tiring. How about we become partners? I will guard your fields, and in return we will share the harvest." The wise farmer, who knew a trickster when he saw one, smiled and calmly agreed. "What a wonderful idea. How shall we divide the crop?" he asked. The fox, confident in his own cleverness, puffed out his chest. "This year," he declared, "I will take everything that grows above the ground, and you can have what grows below it. Fair is fair." He imagined piles of golden wheat and juicy corn. The farmer agreed with a knowing twinkle in his eye. The farmer went to his fields and planted potatoes, carrots, and radishes. All summer, the fox guarded the fields, watching the leafy green plants grow tall and thick. "Look at my share," he would boast to the other forest creatures. "Such a fine harvest I will have." The day of the harvest arrived. The farmer began digging, unearthing plump potatoes and bright carrots. The fox, meanwhile, busied himself with the tops of the plants, snapping off the green leaves and stems. At the end of the day, the farmer had a great haul of delicious vegetables, while the fox had a meager pile of wilted leaves and worthless root. The fox was furious. "You have cheated me, farmer," he cried. "I did all the work, and all I have is this tasteless pile. This is not what I was promised." The farmer just smiled. "We had an agreement, my friend. You took everything above the ground, and I took what was below it. You were not cheated." The fox, defeated but not yet wiser, made a new demand for the following year. This time, he said, "I will take everything that grows below the ground. Then we shall see who is cheated." The farmer, ever so patient, simply nodded in agreement. This time, the farmer planted fields of golden wheat, towering stalks of corn, and sweet sugarcane. The fox, watching from the forest, smugly waited for the plants to ripen. He thought of all the rich roots and treasures he would dig up from the soil. The villagers marveled at the farmer's flourishing field, and the fox proudly told everyone that the harvest belonged to him. When the time came to harvest, the farmer and his family worked tirelessly, cutting down the golden wheat and the tall corn stalk. As the grain was stacked high and the sugarcane was bundled, the fox began his own work. He frantically dug into the soil, but all he found were a few useless tangled roots. The farmer was loading his cart with a bounty that would last the whole winter, while the fox was left with nothing but dirt on his paws and a grumbling stomach. With a final, sad realization, the fox understood. The farmer had not cheated him. He had been a fool, blinded by his own greed. Humbled and truly defeated, the fox turned and slinked back into the forest, never to bother the wise farmer again. And the farmer continued to work his land, knowing that the greatest rewards come not from deceit,